like to deploy several machines simultaneously. The better way is to do it with this multicast transmission option here. What I do, I just right-click on it, and I'll do create multicast transmission. I'll type the name. Type the name of this thing. I'll call it test one. Let's say. Okay. I'll click next. Obviously, it's finding the image. It's only one at the moment, the install image, and I'm gonna choose this one. I'll do next. Now there are several options here. Autocast means what I'm doing now. As soon as I start a virtual machine ready to, or a normal machine ready to be deployed, it will start. Well, basically, I don't want this. I would like all of them to wait until I finish the last one. Okay, until I finish the last one. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna click scheduled cast. Okay, it will send it via schedule. Now there are two ways. I could start at a later time, so I could schedule the time here. If you see, what I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna click on this one. Start when the number of clients that have requested the image is, and I'm gonna choose 2 of them. Okay, I'm gonna just for this test, I'm gonna choose 2. Okay, and I'll click next, and I'll do finish. Okay, and as you see, this transmission has been done already. If I click on the transmission itself, you see wherever the machine is supposed to be. At the moment, there is nothing. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna create 2 new machines. So this one will be test 1. Okay, it will be obviously Windows 10 64-bit edition. We need to stick to wherever. I'm gonna choose here 50 gigabyte, or maybe 40 gigabyte. VHD, it's better to me. Here it is. The next step here for this machine apparently is to do bidirectional on that side. I mean, I'm gonna prepare it the way it's supposed to. Now, don't forget, we need to boot from the network, so I'm gonna choose the network as the first bootable device. Okay, the display is okay. Storage, I don't need any disk. I'm gonna deploy from the network. Now, the network is also important. It's supposed to be like my other machine. For now, I'm gonna choose host-only adapter, although I don't remember. I need to check what it was. And in the share folder, I'm gonna share my desktop. Okay. Here it is. My desktop. Okay, just to double check what's the network for my server. Well, it's iNet, it's the other network, so I'm gonna change it here. Okay, I'm gonna choose this network here. It's internal network and it's iNet 1. Okay, now for the second machine, what I'm gonna do basically, I'm just gonna clone this one to be very fast. So I'm gonna say test 2 for this one. Okay. I reinitialize the MAC address and I'm going to clone it, and as you see, it's immediately ready to be done. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start both of them. Okay, so I'm starting 2 machines. Here's the first one, or actually this is the second one, and we'll see the first one now too. Here it is. Okay, the usual way they're starting. You see they're contacting the WDS server now, asking for a boot image. Well, basically, as you see, the boot image and the Pixie boot starting using the protocol TFTP, actually, which is very lightware protocol. It's not DNS. It's a very lightware protocol. So both machines are starting now. Okay, I'm gonna do the usual setup for this one. I'll click next. I'll put my domain here with my username and my password, welcome one. Okay, I click OK. I'll wait a little bit. It's asking me which image. That would be the image. Where to do it here. And you see, I'll click now. And you see, it's waiting. Okay, it doesn't do anything. So I'm going to do the same on that side. Okay, I'll start this one. So you see, this guy is still waiting. Okay, and it will wait until the last machine, which we here configured. If you remember, there were two machines. So basically, the first machine in that case. Once it's done, it will start it then. If you have 30, when I click next now, it will start. Okay, you see, this one still doesn't start. It just waited. So if I would have had 30 machine until the 30th machine, I mean, if I would have put it there, of course, until the 30th machine. Okay, now it's starting. You see, both of them, they started now because I reached the 2. If you remember, that's what I did here. If I do properties, you see, start clients 2. So until the second was done, if I would have do it 5, it will wait until 5 started, like in this way. Okay, and if I do refresh here now, well, sure enough, I'm going to see what's going on. Okay, it says I could monitor it from here, right? I could start monitoring it from here. So it's starting the installation of initial installation of Windows 10. Once I installed it, I'm gonna add just some features to be a little bit more different than a normal installation, and afterwards we're gonna go and do the master image by capturing it. So guys, it's starting now. It will go through the initial installation of the Windows. So here it is, it's starting. I'll install it very fast afterwards. Okay, we do Canada now. We choose the default, we skip this. I'll accept the license agreement. Well, there is no such, I'm gonna skip it for now. My usual name. Usual password. Okay. And since I'm part of a domain, now the server doesn't allow me to use a short password. Say to this no. I'll switch off everything of this. I don't need any of these guys here. Accepted it. Well, it's finally finishing the installation. Yeah. So it's starting now. And what I'm gonna do, I need to install immediately the guest edition here. So afterwards, to be able to access my real machine and to install something here. As well as I'm waiting, I'm gonna change the color of my desktop as usual. I'm gonna unlock the taskbar and I'm gonna move it on the top, things like this. I'm gonna remove some things from here just to do it a little bit different than the normal installation. So I'm gonna click here on the solid colors and I'll choose something like that. Okay, and I'm waiting for the guest edition. And so I'm gonna reboot it now. Do now. Let me first start the broadcast, obviously. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll add something from my desktop. I'll add the Windows SCP. I'll add also the Yumi, things like that, just to have something different on my desktop. I'm gonna go to my real desktop. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy this guy. I'm gonna paste them here. I could add also something. Let's say I'm gonna from my so that add also the 7-zip, as I said. Here it is. And I'm going to install it also. So I'm going to finish this installation. Basically, I'm done, guys. I just changed something on my computer, just to be a little bit different than the normal, to see afterwards. Well, that's my ideal image. That's the image I would like to use. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to navigate to the C drive, Windows, System 32 here, and I'm going to find out here a subfolder called sysprep. Okay, and what I'm going to do, basically on this sysprep, I'll click on the sysprep exe file. Now, OOBE, system out-of-box experience, supposed to be chosen here. You need to generalize, and you need to choose the shutdown option. Okay, I'll click OK. Once again, we need to shut down, because so it has been stopped. I mean, obviously it has been shut down. Okay. What we're gonna do now, guys? We need to create the capture image. Remember, I deleted it just to create it again. So I'm gonna go to the boot images. I'll click here, and I'll do create capture image. Right click when I do. The fifth from the top will be the capture image creation. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, basically, I'm gonna just change the name here to capture. Okay, I'll copy it, and I'll say here, well, I need to say where the file is. I'll just click browse. Well, obviously the file already exists because I created it the last time, if you remember. I'm just gonna point on it. If there is no such, in your case, you just write down the name here and click open. Okay, and it will be created. Okay, in my case, I'm just gonna click open because it's already there. For you guys, once again, you just write down the name there, whatever you want to choose. In my case, I'm choosing this one. Windows 10 Enterprise Evaluation 64-bit capture image. To be as much explanatory as possible. Click next. So say, are you sure you want to overwrite? I'm going to say yeah, no problem. Okay, guys, my image has been done. What I need to click here to add it to the Windows deployment server. I'll click next. I'll choose the same name again. I'll do next, and it will be added. So for me, the operation has been done. I'll click finish, and as you see, my capture image is there now. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, be very cautious when you do it. Obviously, the test one, which I just did the first image. I did the image and I prepared it with the sysprep. What I need to check is that this guy will boot from the network first. That's very important, because if it boots on the CD, the whole operation is supposed to be done again. Okay. So here's the storage, and the network obviously is the good one. So I'm going to start it now. Okay. And instead of going to the deployment, I'm going to go to the capturing as soon as I will be prompted. Yeah, that's one of the way to automatize the process if you would like. But it's a little bit the side of. So now I'm going to choose the capture image instead of the boot image, because I would like to capture what is there. Okay, the sysprep image, which is I sysprep the whole thing. I would like to capture it now. I'll click on the capture image, and the wizard which will be shown to me will be a little bit different. I'll do next. Now I need to check the volume. Once again, the volume would be D in most of the cases. The C will be the small one, the about 500 megabyte in the beginning. I'll use the name Windows 10 Enterprise Evaluation. It's a 64-bit. In that case, though, I'm gonna say master. Okay, that's how they call it. I told you. The image, for the image description, I'm just gonna copy and paste the same. You obviously you could put whatever you want. I'll do next. Okay. Now, once again, if I would like to upload it to my server, here it is, dc1 test.local. So if I put here the fully qualified domain name, and if I do connect, eventually it will give me an error message, which is instead of doing it on the server directly, basically on the server where I need to see it, I need to see it here within the Windows 10 images. Okay, so instead of doing this, I'm gonna do browse and I'm gonna save it locally. Okay, I'm gonna save it locally. I'll click on this PC on the left side. Okay, and I'm gonna see all of my drives. Now, once again, this one is the small partition where the boot partition of the hard drive C, actually, which is called D here, is. Okay, that's the first partition. As you see, it's 500 megabyte. That's my partition. That's where I'm gonna change. That's where I'm gonna put my image. Well, that's the CD drive which I have, the virtual CD drive. Well, the boot X, which I'm seeing here, it's coming with the boot image I just started. Okay, that's the image. The boot image has been deployed once I started the deployment. Okay, the capturing at this point. Okay, so what I'm gonna need to choose here is to choose the D drive, which is C, basically, and I need to put here the name of the image. Well, I'm gonna use the same thing. I'll use Windows 10 Evaluation Master. Okay, and I'm gonna do save. Okay, doesn't like it. Give me a sec. Well, I need just to click inside. That's what it is. Okay, and well, unfortunately, I cannot upload it. If I would have been able to do it, the image group will be shown here, and I could choose it. This one, Windows 10 Enterprise. Actually, this one would have been chosen. Unfortunately, once again, we need to do it. So my image, my capture has been done. I'm gonna click finish, so I'll click Control C to stop the boot. I don't need to boot from PC anymore. I just need to transfer this image now from the computer, from this test one. I need to transfer here in my Windows 10 Enterprise. You guys are lucky because I upgraded yesterday or the last week for the virtual machine. That you have newer virtual machine than me. So that's why you guys were able to deploy directly the way you're supposed to do it. We're supposed to do it, right? But I'm going to show you now the other way. Okay, it's good to test our knowledge about the network anyways. So once again, guys, it's rebooting. It's rebooting the computer. I'm going to go through the setup process again, but everything what I did as installation of programs will be there. Okay, so I only need, the only reason I need this computer on is just to access my image and to put it to my server. That's the only reason now. If I would have done it like you guys, while I was installing it, there was no reason to start it again. Okay, so after the reboot is getting to the point to finish. So I'm getting, as you see, guys, again through the process of installing it. Just the initial setup. I'll skip here because there is no network. Now I need to choose a different name here. I'll choose test1 as a name. Since my username still is there, I need to use a complex password. Welcome1 will do the job. The password hint will be next, none. I'll do no on this. I'll stop all of these services here. I don't need them. To accept. So my computer, the master computer, the computer on which I took the master image has been up. As you see now, it shows a different picture because I logged in as a different user. Okay, if I click here, and I'll check. Well, basically the user will be test1, won't be the, so if I do cmd, okay, test1 is the user, as you see. Anyway, what we're gonna need to do now is to navigate and find out the image, which is supposed to be on C drive, if you remember. Here it is. Here is the master image. Okay, so what I need to do now, I need to send this image to my server. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open another window, and I'm gonna navigate to my server. So how I'm gonna navigate? The easiest way, 192.168.110, and I need to navigate to my F drive here, actually, to my storage, which is G drive, actually. Okay, so I need to navigate to my G drive, and then we're gonna see where we're gonna put it. Yeah, I'm gonna be prompted for credentials, obviously. I'll use the test domain because it's in the test domain with administrator, and my welcome one password. And I'm gonna remember it for the next cases. And here it is. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to the remote install where it's supposed to be, all the folders supposed to be. Basically here where my install images and the capture images actually also. I'm gonna put here next to the install image, the group of install images, I'm gonna put it here. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna copy it and paste it here. Okay. Don't forget where it is, because afterwards you need to, apparently you need here to import it, right? So it's getting slow, but it will be in about 3 minutes. It will be there.
I already do.
So here it's done. It's already there. Okay. So I don't need any more this this computer. So I'm gonna shut it down. I transfer the image. Okay. So if I do refresh here, if I do refresh, and if I go to the images here, the master image has been done. Okay, the master image is there. So if I would like, if I start test 2 now, okay, and on test 2, if I start the master image, okay, if I click settings, just that the network is okay, and I would like to see if it's it's starting from the network. That's fine. So I'm gonna start it, and now I'm expecting to have 2 images, and I'm gonna choose obviously the second one. Okay. Now I don't do anything with the drivers because they are already uploaded in they are already injected in my boot image. But if I create a different boot image for a different operating system, or for the same operating system, but let's say for other driver set, which will be HP, let's say, or Dell or wherever, well, I need to inject them again, okay, in this boot image, and then I need to choose the proper boot image. Okay, it's very important. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna go from the boot image. It's a good one. I'll click enter. I don't need to capture anything anymore. So I'll go through the same wizard. I'm gonna choose my domain, my administrator, username, and the password of welcome one. And as you see now, I have 2 images, okay? And I'm gonna choose obviously the master image, okay? This is what I need now. And I'm gonna do next. Well, there are partitions already, because if you remember, I started this installation when I was showing you how to do with the multicast. So what I'm gonna do, I'll click on the drive and I'm gonna delete all of them. Okay, I'm gonna delete this one too, and I'm just gonna install on this newly created partition. So okay, it will start now. Here it is. It's starting. So it's booting back. It's booting back. So slowly it's getting there. So guys, we're back. Okay, we choose here the Eastern time.
Hi there, I'm Cortana. Your keyboard is set to, do you also type? Next up, the legal. Type what you want to name your account. Okay, now type a password for your account.
The same password as usual.
And one more time to make sure we've got it right. Those passwords didn't match. Let's try this again. Type your password. And one more time to make sure we've got it right. Great. Now, with an offline account set up, can I have? These are the settings Microsoft recommends. Go ahead and review them and select Accept when you're ready. Okay, that's the last step.
So it's starting. And if I go switch the account to Ascend, okay. Sure enough, I'm going to see the settings which I did before.